You might think that scaling up your marketing operation means one thing.
More people.
More people. More desks, more salaries.
Right.
A new strategist, an analyst, a dedicated creative lead.
That's the legacy model. And
Yeah.
we've found that the central idea from this guide on Google's AI stack just completely flips that on its head. The goal isn't more staff.
The insight is this. You need 4 really defined AI functions, not 4 new human employees that can systematically handle, like 80% of your current marketing workload?
Yeah, all the repetitive, time-consuming stuff just vanishes. We're calling them the 4 AI specialists. You have the AI marketing strategist, the AI data analyst, the AI creative director, and the AI builder.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are immersing ourselves in this blueprint for a complete AI-powered marketing operation. We're not just here to talk about a single new feature.
No, our mission is to give you the structure. I think we all need to stop that pattern of constantly chasing the shiny new thing, the latest model, the newest minor update, and instead focus on building a stable, fundamental methodology.
The system.
The system. The tools will evolve, but the system you build around them should last.
And this shift is pretty profound. It moves the marketer's main job away from execution, making assets, running reports, to system design and strategic oversight. We're going to walk you through the workflows for these 4 functions.
And this is the critical guiding principle here.
Yeah.
And this is always a collaboration. It is AI plus human. The AI handles that high-volume, repetitive 80% of the work.
Right.
And that frees up the human marketer to focus on the high-impact stuff, the strategy, the creativity, and the customer empathy that only they can provide.
So let's jump in. Let's see how these functions, strategy, data, creative, and automation, all integrate.
Let's do it.
So every good campaign starts with a solid strategy, but that strategy often requires this painstaking research that, it just yields disappointingly generic advice.
Yeah, and the key methodology outlined here is pairing Gemini's incredible research capabilities with a really constrained synthesis tool.
And that synthesis tool is NotebookLM.
Right. Think of NotebookLM as a highly focused internal research assistant. So unlike a general search engine, it's strictly limited to the sources you give it. And this is where you get what they call grounding.
And that grounding is what stops the generic outputs. So let's look at the source's 5-step workflow for launching something complex, like an online course platform. It starts with step 1, deep research with Gemini.
Okay, so you start a session in Gemini and you engage the deep research mode. But here's the critical change. You incorporate your own proprietary sources. You upload your own files into that prompt.
Like internal market reports.
Yeah.
Or maybe even analyses of past failures.
Exactly. You ground the AI in your specific market reality, not just the open web.
Okay, so once that detailed report is generated, it's got competitive pricing, channel analysis, all that. Step 2 is simple. Just export it to a Google Doc.
Yeah, that just cleans the data and gets it ready for the next phase. And step 3 is where the AI strategist really starts to shine, using NotebookLM. You import that Google Doc with all the research, plus maybe some external sources on industry trends.
But there's a non-negotiable part here.
The non-negotiable step. You must also import your own product overview or a detailed brief. NotebookLM's whole strength is that it's restricted only to the sources you manually feed it.
Which makes a huge difference in the output. So because NotebookLM is only using those specific sources, step 4, creating the strategy report, is inherently specific to you.
Right. You prompt it to create a report and you ask it to define positioning, pricing tiers, a detailed budget allocation, and a specific 90-day execution plan. And you get a complete reality-checked plan, not some textbook template.
Okay, so now you have the plan. You need to present it.
And that's step 5. You take that new strategy document, import it back into NotebookLM as your new source, and then you ask it to create a structured, professional 15-slide outline.
And then you take that outline, you shift over into Canvas mode in Gemini, and you just paste the whole thing. You can add brand constraints, like a specific color palette, tone requirements, and ask it to generate the deck outline, ready for a direct export to Google Slides.
It just compresses what used to be a week of planning and formatting into maybe an afternoon of synthesis.
That ability to make sure the strategy recommendations aren't just generic internet advice seems essential. I mean, how critical is it to use our specific product details in NotebookLM?
Oh, it's crucial because grounding the strategy in your reality dramatically reduces AI hallucination.
Okay, so that's the strategist. Let's move to the analyst.
A phenomenal strategy is, it's just expensive paper if you can't accurately and efficiently measure its success. Marketers are always drowning in fragmented data.
Spreadsheets for budgets, APIs for campaign results, databases for customer lists. It's all over the place.
Right. And the AI Data Analyst function is designed to connect all those dots.
The source material here highlights a pretty big game changer for this function. NotebookLM can now import Google Sheets.
Yes. This immediately enables this sophisticated multi-source analysis where, before you had to manually export and clean everything, it's pure leverage.
So what does that look like in practice?
You upload your core strategy document right alongside your budget spreadsheet, your campaign results data, and your actual sales numbers. This cross-reference capability lets the tool connect the plan directly to the real world results in a way you can measure.
It's like stacking Lego blocks of data and then asking the AI to build the instructions.
Exactly. And it significantly reduces the risk of hallucination because the analysis is based entirely on your actual performance numbers, not some external model.
So this unlocks some really practical analyses that used to take a human analyst days.
For sure. Like, you can now run a goal progress check against your strategy targets. You upload the data and just ask, based on the last 4 weeks of performance, which channel and content combinations are getting the lowest cost per acquisition according to the Q3 budget?
Or, and this is even better for personalization, you could upload customer data and ask NotebookLM to identify the 3 highest value segments.
Right. Not just based on spend, but based on their channel entry point and the content they consumed. You can find these really precise personalization opportunities. It just systematically digs through the numbers to answer your business questions.
So we're using NotebookLM for that deep, grounded text and numerical analysis, the why behind the numbers. But you still need to visualize it for reporting.
And that's the functional split. When you need charts and quick professional visuals, you turn to Gemini.
You just upload the clean data sets directly to Gemini.
Yep, and ask it to create an interactive dashboard. Gemini is brilliant at the visualization part, generating these professional scatter plots, trend lines, bar charts, all formatted and ready to share.
So we've covered the deep analysis, but beyond reports, what's the fastest way to get a visual overview of performance data?
That's Gemini. Uploading datasets to Gemini yields immediate professional interactive dashboards.
Okay, let's talk creative. Creative production is notoriously the biggest bottleneck in any marketing team. It's often just endless revisions and a lack of consistency.
Yeah, and the core concept here is that Google has launched this whole catalog of specialized tools, and a good AI creative director knows exactly when to deploy each one.
So let's slow down here because there are a few key tools to cover. Let's start at the conceptual phase.
That's Mixboard. Think of Mixboard as your virtual generative whiteboard. It's really just for visual brainstorming, finding that initial campaign vibe.
So you can drag and drop existing assets, ask it to blend them, or generate conceptual ideas like new packaging designs, or maybe a photorealistic hero shot of a product in some abstract setting.
Right, but it's focused on concepts and mood, not the final production-ready asset.
Okay, so once the concept is locked in, you move to another tool.
You move to Whisk for the high-quality asset creation. This tool is built around blending 3 specific things: the subject, which is your product, the scene, the environment, and the style, so the aesthetic. It's designed for really precise output.
And Whisk solves that huge pain point for AI image generation, which is consistency.
Totally. You can enable what's called precise reference to maintain a specific character or product packaging across multiple different shots, which is just revolutionary for brand campaigns.
And it can also animate the static images for social content.
Yeah, Whisk can immediately animate that static image for use as dynamic social content. So now, let's talk about consistency, which is where a lot of teams fail.
And that's where Pomelli comes in. And this seems fantastic for teams that don't have a lot of design resources.
Pomelli is all about automated consistency. It addresses that challenge by scanning your website URL.
It just scans the URL.
It scans the URL and extracts your entire brand DNA, your logo, specific colors, fonts, even the implied tone, and then generates ready-to-use social posts that are automatically compliant and on-brand.
That's huge. I mean, nothing makes a brand look cheaper than inconsistent social posts that clearly came from, 5 different template tools.
This enforces guardrails at scale. For more standard, high-quality image generation, like a website banner or a newsletter header, you would probably start in Google AI Studio and use the latest Imagen model.
Okay, and then the final frontier, Delio. Always the most resource-intensive task.
So for that, there's Google Flow, which uses the advanced video model, VO. The suggested workflow is to create a specialized Gemini gem.
which, to define it simply, is just a saved, customized, and constrained set of instructions for Gemini.
Exactly. You build that gem specifically to write these optimized, highly technical prompts for VO, and the result is professional product videos, complete with optimized voiceover scripts.
And what about copywriting consistency across all these new assets?
The solution there is beautifully simple. A brand voice gem. You upload your existing brand guidelines, product details, customer testimonials into this specific gem.
And then you use that constrained environment to generate all your ad copy and emails.
Exactly. And it ensures everything generated sounds like it came from a single, consistent brand voice.
So if a team lacks dedicated design resources, which tool offers the fastest, most consistent branding?
That's Pomelli, because it automatically scans your website to create on-brand social posts.
Okay, let's move to the fourth and final function, the AI builder.
So we've planned the strategy, we've analyzed the data, and we've used the creative tools to produce assets. The final, and I'd argue most important, function is the AI builder. Their job is to take successful one-off processes and systemize them into repeatable internal apps for the whole organization.
This is the move beyond just running prompts in a chat window. We're talking about architecture now, and the solution for this is Google Opal.
Right. Opal is basically a no-code tool that's specifically designed for building these multi-step marketing workflows using Gemini. This tool ensures that your processes are standardized.
And every workflow in Opal has 3 clear stages: user input, that generates steps where the AI works, and then a structured output. It forces a consistent methodology every time.
The sources outline a fantastic example. A content strategy generator. The tool takes a keyword and a target audience as the user input.
Then the generate sequence runs several steps. It researches top competitor content, identifies content gaps, and then outputs 2 key assets.
An SEO-optimized blog outline and a detailed social media visual prompt made through Imagen. And the final deliverable is a full content strategy document. This is efficiency at scale.
Right.
And I mean, I'll admit it, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself when I'm just in the simple Gemini chat interface for these really complex tasks. And that's exactly why systemizing these processes with a tool like Opal is so important for team scalability and consistent quality.
That admission really speaks volumes. Opal ensures that every marketer on the team, regardless of their individual prompting skill, gets the same high-quality output.
And for more customer sophisticated needs, you'd use Google AI Studio. You could build, say, a campaign brief generator that ingests a product photo, generates 3 unique launch concepts, and outputs a downloadable PDF pitch deck.
And here's the real power of the integrated Google stack, the infrastructure piece. You can take those apps you created in AI Studio and, with one click, deploy them across your entire organization via Google Cloud.
That's the architectural leap.
Whoa. I mean, imagine scaling that single campaign brief generator tool across a global marketing team of hundreds. Every single market manager starts with a standardized on-brand brief. It ensures global cohesion. That level of centralized control is massive leverage.
It's the definition of ultimate systematization for marketing operations.
So what is the primary benefit of putting processes into Opal instead of just, sharing good prompts in a document for the team?
Opal creates reusable tools, ensuring consistent inputs and structured outputs for the whole team.
So we've laid out the 4 critical AI functions: the strategist, the data analyst, the creative director, and the builder. Together, they form this integrated system that is lean, incredibly fast, and promotes a huge increase in your ability to experiment.
And the crucial integration principle to remember is needs first, AI second. Don't force AI into a process just because the tool is available. Start by asking, what process consumes the most human time? What task is the most repetitive? Address your biggest pain point with one function first, master it, and then add the others.
Before we wrap up, let's just quickly revisit the critical mistakes the source material warns every team to avoid.
Okay, top 3 pitfalls. First, feature chasing. Ignore the noise. Focus on your fundamental methodology, not the newest bell and whistle that just launched this week. Second, over-automation. Never automate tasks that require human judgment or empathy. Stick to that 80-20 rule, where AI handles the predictable tasks.
And third, one that's often overlooked, ignoring brand consistency. You have to enforce those guidelines. Use your brand voice gem, use Pomelli, use precise references in Whisk to maintain that cohesion.
And we really have to reiterate the financial insight here. Almost everything we talked about, Gemini, NotebookLM, Mixboard, Pomelli, is free or has a very generous free tier. And that cost dynamic offers massive savings compared to the old model of hiring an agency or full-time designers.
That completely changes the cost-benefit analysis.
Yeah.
So what here is the fundamental change to the role of a marketer. You're moving from being a high-volume executor and creator to a strategist, a director, and an architect of systems.
Your value becomes the strategic thinking and the emotional intelligence that the AI can't replicate. The tools, the methodology, the ecosystem, it's all proven and ready. Google Stack provides everything you need to build this lean system today.
So the question isn't if the AI marketing future is here and functional, but really, will you build the system today?
Reflect on your biggest operational bottleneck right now and just choose which of those 4 functions. Strategist, analyst, creative, or builder will address your most pressing problem. That's your starting point.
Thank you for sharing your sources with us for this deep dive. We look forward to seeing the highly efficient systems you build.
Until next time.